How to go from depressed to motivated in 30 seconds. Let's go. What I'm talking about mainly is like how to get past like those dopamine dips and depressive states you get for about 10 to 15, sometimes to an hour. Like, 10 to 15 minutes to an hour. Like, say when you're at work and you're like, fuck this shit, man. Like, like fuck this slave shit. Like you feel so like you feel like such in a bad mental state where you're just like, fuck this job, like fuck life at this point, like fuck everything. Like, to get out of those depressive states, I just use someone has a significantly worse tactic, because if you're self-critical and you think you actually self-reflect, you just sit there. Say it's like this happens sometimes at work. I work 10-hour shifts, yeah. So when I'm at work, maybe it's like hour 7, hour 8, and I'm like, fuck man, I just want to go home. And then immediately, like 5 minutes later, I'll catch myself and I'll be like, hey, hold on, like think about it. You're working. Yes, it's a labor job. Yes, it's trash, but you're working. You're getting paid $30 an hour. And all you're doing is just driving your machine and putting shit on a pallet. Whereas there's people back home, there's people in the Congo, people in my country, kids who are 12 years old, who are going for 12 to 14-hour shifts in the mines to mine minerals that go in your iPhones, in your laptops, and no one gives a fuck about them. They're dying every day and no one gives a fuck. You're still buying these consumer products for $1,200-$1,400. But in reality, Apple, Microsoft, all these motherfuckers, they're using child labor to mine these minerals, but no one cares. So I think like, damn, if I was in that position, obviously there's always someone who has it worse. But like, that helps me every time. I'm like, damn, I could really be still back home in these mines that are collapsing every day and no one gives a fuck. No one cares. Like, that's the reality of the world. So obviously yours doesn't have to be as extreme as mine, but let's say for you, let's say you're going through something deep. Let's say your girl broke up with you, or she cheated on you actually, so then y'all broke up. So that's something that's usually hard to deal with, like, to most people. Like, to me, I don't think it would be that bad, but everyone has a different pain threshold based on your upbringing. So let's say, yeah, you're going through a breakup, whatnot, you're heartbroken, you're down bad. A week in, you're still down bad. Okay, like 2 weeks in, you're still down bad. You just have to sit there and actually self-reflect and think, is this really worth my energy? Me being this depressed when my neighbor could have possibly just lost someone that they loved in a car crash, you know? Your neighbor down the road maybe lost someone that they loved in a car crash, and all you did was just go through a breakup. You still see this person at school. They're all right, you're all right. So yeah, that's a method that I use to get past depressive states on a day-to-day basis, and I hope it helps you too, because if you really apply it, it will help you, because you might find yourself that you might find yourself bitching about small shit that if you traded positions with someone, they would be ecstatic to deal with your small ass problems, like, you know. So yeah, just every time before you bitch about how trash your day is because your manager spoke to you like a prime slave or some shit. Like, sometimes your managers speak to me like a fucking slave, but not in a fucking rude way, but when they're like, you know, nagging you, get it up, get the rate up, shit like that. And yeah, just don't let it ruin your day because someone has it significantly worse. So yeah, that's not to discredit your problem. Just think about it that way, because it will help you if you use it right. Anyways, I hope you got value out of this. If you did, like and subscribe. Stay tuned. Peace.